What's up, world? Welcome back to another video. And listen, I don't know who this message is for, but if you are watching this message right now, it must be for you, okay? Because this is a special message that I asked specifically, what do I need to say? And this is it. Shame. There are so many different things that we do that we instantly regret. But guess what? As soon as you do them, here comes shame. And it makes you feel so low of yourself because you're looking back, you're saying, why did I do that? What got into me? What enticed me to do that? Was I even in my right state of mind? I can give you guys a list of things that I did that I was like, girl, what was up with you? Like in a million years, I would have never done that today. But guess what? My faith drives me to believe that all things work together for my greater good. And sometimes you got to go there so that you can grow there. And in situations that you are faced with, you have to go there so you can grow there. But when you realize that the things that you went through in life, you look at it and you're like, what? How can I grow from this situation? Well, sometimes you got to go back to that event and ask yourself so that you can fully process what it is that you did, so that you can release that resentment and you can say, you know what? I'm looking at this from the 2026 Michelle. I'm looking at this from the 2027 Michelle. I'm looking at this from the 2028 Michelle. And although it happened in 2016, 2017, 2018, I'm looking at it from a new set of lens and a new set of eyes. And now I can really look at that situation and say, you know what? There was nothing for me to be ashamed of from the beginning. I made a mistake. I wasn't in my right state of mind. I was young. I was just out here living life. I knew that I didn't have no direction in my life. I'm going to give that version of myself some grace because that version of myself did what it had to do to survive. And that's what it knew to do to survive. So that's what it did. I don't know who this message is for, but I need you to release that burden that you've been carrying of shame. And if it's tied to somebody else, I need you to forgive that person and I need you to forgive yourself. Because the only way that you can really release that shame is if you walk through the door of forgiveness. Forgive yourself for the act that you made or the act that was made against you. Because sometimes things happen that's beyond our control and then you like, why me, why me, why me? And that is a valid question to ask. That is a valid question to ask. But when I started to look back at my life and I said, who can be helped because I got to the other side of that? Who can be helped because I released that weight? Who can I help? So I need you to ask yourself right now. Somebody is waiting for you. Who can you help? You got to the other side. Who can you help? You are no longer, after this video, held down by the bounds of stress, of shame, of doubt, of fear, of rejection. You are no longer held down anymore. So the question becomes, who can I help? Now that I've been free, who can I help? Because if you don't look at it from that perspective, then you're going to look at it from the why me, why me, why me? So you get to choose. The choice is yours. Do you want to be the victim or do you want to be the victor? Do you want to be the person that says that, yes, life knocked me down 1,000 times, but I got back up 1,001 times. And if life decides to knock me down 1,000 times, guess what? I'm going to get back up 1,000 more times. And if shame tries to creep in, I'm going to respectfully release it. Oh, shame don't got no gain in my life. Oh, you ain't getting in no doors. You got to go. And gracefully and respectfully catch your cut out of my life. And honor that version of yourself. It sounds so ridiculous, okay? Let me tell you a real quick story. I was at work, and when I was doing real estate, I worked with a group that was very tapped in spiritually. And I'm like, I feel this resistance. It's like I'm trying to break through. I feel the glass. I see the glass. And it's like right there. And I'm trying to break through. I'm trying to go higher. I'm trying to go higher. But it's like something is pulling me down. And it's like I'm getting torn. It's like I'm trying to go up and something's pulling me down. And while I'm going up, I'm stretching, but it's to the point where I can't stretch no more. And he looked at me and said, well, I wasn't on the phone, but we was on the phone. Wasn't in face to face. I was on the phone. And he said, honor it. Whatever it is that you're trying to release, honor it. Whatever it is that you went through in your life, honor it. And for a moment, I was like, honor it. Yeah, right. Honor it. Thank you for making these dumb decisions that led me to this point that I'm in my life. Thank you. And then I had this opportunity to sit with it. And I was like, you know what? Come here, Michelle. 8-year-old Michelle. Thank you. Thank you for surviving. So now my commandment is honor your survival mode. Honor it. Because if 8-year-old Michelle would have gave up, 28-year-old Michelle would not be here today. 12-year-old Michelle, thank you for stepping up. Thank you for taking the responsibilities that no 12-year-old should have to take. But baby, you done got me into a lot of trouble. So respectfully, all the things that I did that's tied to that version of myself has to be released. And 12-year-old Michelle, your resilience, yes, I will take that all day, every day. Then I had to go to 18-year-old Michelle. And I had to say, thank you. There was moments where you were questioning whether or not you should live anymore. But you fought through suicidal ideation in your darkest moments. Thank you, because you instilled something in me that I didn't even know that I had. So who do you need to honor? What version of yourself do you need to honor? So you can release that shame, so you can release that resentment, so you can release that anger and that frustration and that abandonment and that grief. I was grieving 18-year-old Michelle. I didn't want to let her go. She was supposed to be playing basketball somewhere. I didn't want to let her go. I was grieving 21-year-old Michelle that was out here living her best life. But I had to say, you know what? Baby, you irresponsible. You might as well be over there with 5-year-old Michelle because you are off the hook. And yes, you've done some things that made shame feel like it had a home within my life. But baby, you got to go. Shame has no space in my life. So I say all that to say, you got to go there. What is there? 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 14-year-old, 17-year-old, whatever age you were that allowed shame to come in. And you have to honor that survival. That version of yourself was in survival. And you don't have to do it. You get to do it. Because once you honor it, it will gracefully be released. And I'm telling you, as soon as I did that, it felt like I was literally getting ripped in half. I couldn't even think straight. Literally. And then in real estate, oh, you don't want to be in real estate and you got a whole bunch of problems going. Woo! Seller after seller after seller. And I'm like, man, mirrors don't only hang up on walls, okay? because this seller was mirroring my exact situation. This seller was telling me how they was stuck and was mirroring that exact situation. This seller was, and I'm like, what is going on? And it forced me in this box where I was like, you know what? I got to. Unless I want to keep on feeling like I'm being torn in half, I get to. Unless I don't want to really walk into the greatness of who I was created to be. Because I and you are wonderfully and fearfully and uniquely made. My experiences are my experiences. And guess what? I learned from my experiences. So the question becomes, who can I help? And the question for you becomes, who can you help? Drop down in the comment section who you can help. It could be a friend, a relative, a neighbor, someone in the community. Pick one person and learn their name that you can help. That's all I got for you guys today. Peace.